Hello everyone, this is Julie K with a tutorial on making a cute heart pocket Valentine card. I just got done showing a video on a pen pal flipbook. So if you haven't had a chance, I go back and watch that one because it's kind of fun. But I decided to do kind of a quick tutorial on how I made the heart pocket on the front in case people don't know how to do that. And so to begin with, you're going to need a template. So there's a couple ways to go about doing that. The template that I have looks like this, and I've had it for a long time, and I'm not quite sure exactly where I got it. But you can easily find your own. You can go online under Google or Pinterest and look up a petal pocket envelope, or they're I think also called like half moon something, half moon envelopes. And then what you can find then with these petal pockets, like this collection right here, came from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and you're just looking for this piece right here, this envelope. And normally you'd fold it out to make a little envelope. I also found, when I did a search on Google or Pinterest, I found this one called Pocket Heart Valentine, and it did say it came from the Paper Zone, but I found it through Split Coast Stampers. This one came from Glenda's World, a blog, and she had this bigger one. And then also I found this larger one right here, and that came from about.com, but I just found it by looking up petal envelope or petal envelope template. And once you find one, you can reduce or increase the size according to whatever size card you want to make. There's also another way to make your own template. If you have a punch, like this Marvy one that I have, and so you cut out 4 circles, fold them in half, and you would then just tape them together by putting all your folds so that they make 90 degrees. So there's the fold right there. There's a fold. And there's a fold. So it makes basically the exact same thing out of circle punch. So if you can't find one online, you can easily make your own. And you can just see this template I just taped together kind of in the middle and just drew lines just so I made sure that it was 90 degrees. So if you were to make the actual envelope, you would just fold it like this. But for the purposes of this, we're just going to fold in on 2 sides. That gives you your heart pocket. On the one that I cut out from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, I copied onto another piece of red cardstock, and it came out like that. And it's a little bit bigger than the normal template that I had, which I like. So if you were to use something similar to this, you would just reduce the size if you wanted to make a similar card like mine. So once you have a template, and I usually like to copy my templates after I print them out on paper. I like to put them onto chipboard. It just makes it easier to trace, especially if I know I'm going to make lots of cards. So your first step then, once you have a template made, is to find a piece of paper that you like. This one's from Bo Bunny that I'm going to be using. And I already traced it with a pencil. Once I took it off, I erased my pencil mark lines. And I came up with that. I did already start the folding, but I'll show you again how I did that. So once you have your shape cut out, your petal pocket, you are going to fold. And the way I like to fold is on this one, I just find the corner right there and the corner right there. I line up my ruler. I do take a bone folder and I just gently push up. And I do that on 2 of the sides that are touching. Let me fold. So once you have those folded, you just fold in. And we're going to put a little dab of glue, or you can do tape, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this glue. And I'm just going to glue a little bit to glue it shut. I did go a little bit past, so this glue is actually nice because it does wipe off quite easy. You just want to hold it in place until it's... I'm just wiping off the glue there because I went a little too far. So then you have yourself a pocket. Pretty easy. It's still kind of gluing, so I'm just going to hold that down for a little bit. And for this heart pocket that I had, it kind of measures when you go wide. It's about 4 1/4 wide and 3 3/4 tall, I believe, is what I measured it as. And then I'm going to make a card to put it on. I decided to put it on a 6x6 card because I had an envelope for that. So I cut out some red cardstock. I cut out just a piece of black paper, and this came from this paper pack. Just black and white. You can use whatever Valentine's Day paper you have. I didn't have a lot of Valentine's Day paper in my stash, so that's why I chose what I had. So for this card then, I am going, and I already pre-put tape. I like to use just some of this type of tape for taping my cards. It works pretty good. So about roughly halfway down your card, I am going to put just a little background piece, and I usually just line up a ruler on my card, and since it's 6x6 roughly, just to kind of give me an idea where the middle is. And we'll tape that down. I did pretty straight, so that's good. And I cut this one, I believe was 5x5, and I corner punched up on top, and I already put tape on the back to make it go faster for video purposes. And again, making sure my cards can open the right way. There doesn't seem to be a right or a wrong with this paper, so again, I'll just roughly eyeball it. And put that down. So now I'm going to go back to my heart piece and see it's glued pretty well. So I am going to put some tape on the back side. Back side of it. And this one I didn't pre-do, so we'll just... You can also glue it down if you prefer glue. It doesn't matter. I've been making these heart pocket cards for quite a while. Again, I don't really remember where I got the first template done, but you can also use them for other things besides Valentine's Day. You can do them like for a birthday card and stick in gift card inside the pocket. You could stick in, like if you have stamps of balloons, you could stick balloons in it for a birthday. I made one once for graduation, and I had stamped some graduation hats and a scroll and a diploma, and then some stars, and stuck them into the little pocket. So then your next step would be to adhere just making sure that this is the right way for me. And you're just going to attach it. Okay, now for the fun part is to decide what you wanted to put in it. So like I said, you could stick a gift card if you wanted to. If you wanted to make another little mini card and stick in it, you could do that. You could buy some pre-bought Prima flowers or something similar and stick it in with some, with some greenery that you've punched out. All very cute ideas. Sticking with the Valentine's Day theme, you could also punch out some hearts or cut out hearts and stick, some hearts in the pocket. Whatever you want to do is completely fine. I'm going to make another one that was similar to the flip book that I did with the little branches that I put hearts on. So if you want to keep on watching, you can watch me put those in. But I had cut out some branches. And I'll try and zoom in a little bit here. Okay, I'm back. My batteries just died, so I had to replace my batteries real quick. So we'll try and finish up this card real quick. So for my inside of mine, I chose to use some die cuts, and they're from Memory Box. And it's just a leafy branch, looks like that. And then I use this, and it's again from Memory Box. It just has all the little hearts. If you have a really small heart punch, you could use that. I have a corner punch that has some small hearts on it too. I just like this one just because you get a lot of hearts. They are quite small when they punch out. And so what you would do then is take your glue, whatever type of glue you like. And again, I like this adhesive tack glue. And I'm just going to put glue on the little leaves on the branch. And I usually do about five of them at a time. And take some of the hearts. When I have them in my hand, I just take tweezers and pick one up, and I just lay it roughly where I want it. I'm not so perfect with this because it always seems to kind of turn out, so I just put them wherever I like. So get the picture. So once you've got that all done, and I have some already pre-done, so you don't need to keep on watching me glue little hearts down. I did make 3 here. 3 of them. So I'm going to go back to my card and try and decide where I want them. So I like that one right there in the middle. So again, I'll go back and put some glue down on the back of this. If you have a Xyron machine, I do like using that often because you can run it through, make them into stickers, and it goes pretty fast. that way. I'm out of cartridges though, so I couldn't do that today. But I do find that this glue works quite well for some of the more detailed dies. It does dry clear, and you're also easily able to rub away whatever shows outside of your die cut. So that's why I usually use this glue if I'm going to use glue. I usually try to get glue on most of the branches on this one, just so they don't lift up once you've glued it down. Just gonna wipe off, make sure I don't have any glue left on the mat, so I don't glue my card down. Bring my card back into view, and I'll stick in the stick it in. Now the reason why I usually go with a flatter image like this instead of using the bigger pre-bought ones is this one's easier to mail than these ones are. But if you're going to hand give someone, these ones are pretty nice. You can also make your own flowers. So next, you can, and I'm going to turn this around just so I can just see it a little bit better for a minute here. Is you're going to decide on your next piece, and don't be afraid to cut up your dies and make them work for you. So I am going to cut this one in a couple different spots. So now that I've cut a little bit of that off, I'm going to look at it again and see if I like what it looks like. And I think I'm going to go with this smaller piece and stick that in there. And I just had one little piece right there that I'm going to trim off. So again, I'm going to put that one right there, I think. Glue it. I guess I don't know where everybody else is from, but I'm from one of the colder northern states, and it's quite chilly here today, way below zero, which always makes it easy to stay inside and craft when you got such cold weather instead of going outside and playing in the snow. So I'm just going to rearrange it. I have a little bit of wiggle room in there, a little bit of wiggle time to try and decide where I best want to put it. I'm going to stop the video and finish putting in the other pieces, and then I will show you how I decorated the inside. Hi everybody, I'm back again. I finished gluing all the pieces into it, and I just ended up with that left out of the 3 original branches that I cut. And I'll end up using that on something else, so I'll hold on to that. And the last thing I do usually on the front is I put some sort of embellishment down here. So this time I cut out, I have these folders from Cuttlebug. It's a really old set, and it's called Word Filled Hearts, and that was the original number on the back of it. I'm not sure if they even still make them. And so this one says with love, so I did cut it out, and I'm just going to stick some glue on the back of it and glue it down. Again, you could use tape, or if you have one of the Xyron sticker maker machines, you could run it through that and it would probably go a little bit faster. You could put whatever type of embellishment, or you could use a stick or two down there if you wanted. Just whatever works for you. So it'll just take a minute to set up. And I usually like to decorate my insides of my cards. I figure if I'm going to go to all the work of giving someone a card, I might as well also decorate the inside. So for the inside of this card, back up a little bit here, I decided to stamp Happy Valentine's Day. I did another die cut with Elizabeth Craft dies and I glued it down. I used gold and red and green paper. The die set looks like that. It's Elizabeth Craft Designs. And again, I did put tape on the back to make life easier. I'm just going to center it. The stamp I used is a really old stamp. Looks like that, and it's from Embossing Arts Company. I'm not sure if they still make it or not, but any Valentine's saying works. And the corner punch I used with little hearts on it was this Fisker's one right here. And it just says hearts right there. And you can just, depending upon what type of border you want around it, this one just has 3 little, this one just has 1. And that's the one that I used right there. You just stick your paper into whatever side you want. So whether it's there or there. And to finish the card off, I'm going to also attach this piece down too. I always love it when I get cards, handmade cards from people where they decorate the inside. It just says a lot that they took the extra time to decorate the inside, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and stick it down. That again is a die cut from that same Elizabeth Craft dies. It comes with the larger rose and the smaller one. I didn't use this one for this card, and then it has the stem, so I didn't use the leaves. But very nice die, easy to work with. So there's my inside. And then don't forget at the end to sign your work on the back. I always think that's important too when you make cards, to make sure you sign it. So I will sign the back of my card before I mail it off to whoever gets it. But there is the final card. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like. Thank you, and have a good day, and hopefully you all have a good Valentine's Day.